Welcome to the Players Instinct Podcast, Episode 4, presented by Rise Above Apparel and Arena Club Slap Packs. Thank you for our two sponsors of this video. Thank you to everybody who is listening on Spotify, and thank you to everyone who is listening on YouTube as well. I'm super excited to be here. Eli, how are you feeling?
I'm good, dude. Playoffs are around the corner. We got play-in coming up tomorrow. So let's do this. I am so excited. Let's get into these matchups.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I think that one thing is for certain that this was one of the weirdest NBA seasons we've ever had. I just saw a stat that there was only 12 dudes who played all 82 games.
That's not even half the league that has a player that played all the
games. No,
games.
Yeah, it's sad.
Insane.
It's not even an Eastern Conference one
player
player on
right.
each team.
You're right.
I'm going to read you some of these names of the guys who played all 82 games, and it's just laughable. We have Chris Dunn, Mikal Bridges, Dante DiVincenzo, Bruce Brown, Keldon Johnson, Julian Champagnie, Desmond Bane, Jay Huff, Javonte Green, Jake LaRavia, Tamani Kamara, Brandon Pajemski, Bub Carrington, Reed Shepard, Jamal Sneed, Jeremiah Fears, Oso Iguodala, and Zion James.
So not one superstar.
No, not a single, not even a single all-star.
No, there's a few starters on there, but a lot of those guys come off the bench. So they play every single game,
So it's like, Jamal Sneed or Zion James played all 82 games. They also only played 15 20 minutes
Jake
a game.
LaRavia, he started sometimes. He came off the bench. He played 20, 25 minutes
a game. The only dude on here playing 30-plus minutes is Bane, Mikal, and
Bub Carrington?
And but they were tanking.
Mikal Bridges.
DiVincenzo and Mikal,
So that's a lot of just, like, solid role players.
Yeah.
You come in, you do your thing. Mikal Bridges starts. He's a good player, but like there's nobody that's really superstar, even star, all-star like you said. So the NBA is just really in a tough place with this. Like,
this is the funniest NBA season ever. I mean, first off, the reason why I wanted to start with that, I didn't even tell you that we were starting with that, is because just that list of names is like, if I showed a casual fan that picture,
they would know.
I don't think they could name
3 guys.
6 of those guys.
No, they wouldn't be able to name 3.
They could name DiVincenzo and Mikal.
Maybe.
You know? And then I feel like 10 years ago, like 3/4 of the league was playing all 82 games. Like LeBron and all these guys were playing. Maybe not 82, but 78.
78.
Yeah.
Like 80. They take the last 2 off, or they have one with injury, whatever. And we don't even get to mention the fact that the 65-game rule is going to make the All-NBA teams very, very interesting this year.
And now we're getting to a point where it's like, if a dude plays 82 games, it's like, we're thanking him.
Yeah,
it's like oh my gosh, that was a post from Bleacher Report.
We shouldn't even be having it should just be like, oh, okay, you played 82, like, let's not even talk about that.
So we started this season off with Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups getting involved in a gambling scandal.
There was a legit FBI, CNN, Fox reports, like the opening of the day, like you woke up and you saw a breaking news, Chauncey Billups, a coach, he just coached the night before and then was getting arrested and walked out in a hoodie to the police car.
And that was the weirdest thing ever. So Tiago Splitter has to take over the Blazers.
And let me say one thing. He got these guys playing good. Because they're in the play-in. Were they ever in the play-in with Chauncey Billups?
No, that was definitely...
He should be coach of the year. Like, he should be in the voting, the ballot.
Yeah. Probably like bottom, like 5 through 10 coach.
Still.
For sure. Like, no, he's a good coach. And he's had injuries. Dame didn't play. Avdia missed a lot of time. And I mean, their record isn't great, but they still play hard. They've been my guilty pleasure team for like the last 2 weeks for sure.
Because he wasn't even like, he was prepared. I'm going to be an assistant. I'm going to just do these little things.
Yeah.
Now I'm the head coach of a team. And the guy that coached before me, he never got us to this position. Yeah. Like, we're in a plan. We have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're going to win if they play
I agree, but we've seen intern coaches have to step up before they're ready, and it doesn't go well.
No, exactly.
So the fact that it's going well, I think he'll be their coach for a while.
He should be.
Doug Christie had to step up for Mike Brown a couple seasons ago. He's genuinely one of the worst coaches I've ever seen.
What about the Grizzlies coach from last year?
Yeah, he had to step up. That didn't work
Taylor
out well.
Jenkins got booted.
Yeah.
Mike Malone's coach.
He's a good coach.
He is.
Rick Adelman's son, David Adelman's a good coach. Joe Mazzulla is another example because of the email.
Yeah, but he's a great coach.
Yeah, so it just really depends. So that was the first thing. Then we had the Giannis saga, and
we don't even want to talk. We've talked about that so many times over the past year. It's just one of those things that
just feels like it goes back and forth. You're constantly talking about it again. Then we had the Jaylen Brown
his hairline,
and then he streamed every single game.
Talking
of
about
the season.
Yeah, he had it on Keontae George's shoulder. He put it on somebody on the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes.
It was like the funniest.
The Wizards, the Hornets, the Knicks. Yeah.
Like the first 2 weeks of the season, that was the funniest story. And Jaylen Brown, meanwhile, every game was dropping 30 at the time where his hair was coming off.
Fast forward a little bit, we had the brawl with the Pistons and the Hornets, which was like honestly good for the NBA because
they have a little rivalry going.
Yeah.
If they meet in the first round, by game 3, there will be a fight.
Yeah.
There will be somebody will get ejected. Somebody's going to have 4 techs by the end of that series, and that will be one of the grittiest, toughest series in the playoffs.
One of the things that's funny about the Pistons is they've had 3 teams that have competed for a championship in the history of their career. The Isaiah Thomas Bad Boy Pistons, the 04 Pistons with Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince, and those guys, and then now this team. And all those 3 teams have had the same identity.
We're
Rough you up,
punch you in the mouth,
get rebounds, be more physical than you.
If we get punched, we're going to get back up. Like,
they
are all about grit, tough, like Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone knows, like, Detroit's tough. Like, you're built in Detroit, like, you're tough. You don't give a damn. Like, Dan Campbell biting kneecaps. Like, the Pistons are always bad boys and fighting. So, I mean, that's a good thing for Detroit.
I think Adam Silver needs to give the, like, Pistons organization award, like, thank you for playing hard every single night. This is what we want all teams to look like because they are like a prime example. Like, I know he's not promoting fighting and stuff like that, but the fact that they just show up every night. Cade went down. He wasn't going to make an All-NBA team. He wasn't going to be eligible.
But
they were
going
to lose the 1 seed. They still played hard every single night. They got to 65 wins. And this was a team that 3 years ago was the laughing stock in the league.
8 wins?
Yeah.
And there's that famous interview of Cade being like, we're not 8 wins bad or whatever he said. Like, the fact that they came from that last year, they made the playoffs. It was a cute story. They put up a good fight in the first round, but this year, like, they're expected to go far.
Quickly, a few other things. We had the dunk contest, which was awful.
Horrible.
The Jace Richardson fell, and it became a huge meme.
Horrible.
We had the LaMelo Ball with Diabate fruity stuff that everybody...
Now it's an edit every single day.
Yeah, we had Miles Bridges going to Milwaukee and playing in Indiana and closing the book on his last chapter.
Oh, yeah, that was
Miles Turner, sorry. And he has had... That was one of the worst trades that I can remember. The Pacers
definitely.
Completely won that
trade.
The
Bucks, this whole season was a joke.
The Bucks were a joke. We had 10 teams tanking in February. Never have I seen that in my life. I've never seen the Wizards, Jazz, Nets, Grizzlies, Pacers, Pelicans, Mavericks, all just decided
we're done.
The season's over.
It's not even an All-Star break yet. We're literally just getting into the new year, and the season's over before the trade deadline, before the All-Star break. Pajemski finally scored 30.
Yeah.
That count that is on Twitter that wouldn't tweet. Like, they're finally able to tweet.
It was just a parody season all around, and then we have the craziest MVP race since like the '86 season or something like that. It's like Wemby, SGA, Jokic, Cade's not eligible anymore. Luka and Brown all have a legitimate stuff.
Brown's gonna be top 5 in MVP voting. Like, he had Jason Tatum coming back from an injury less than a year after tearing his Achilles.
There was a lot of news, a lot of sideline, and it's funny to me because we are sitting here and talking about the NBA. We just mentioned 15 things that were, I would say, the most popular things that happened this season.
There's 25 more things that we couldn't even mention.
No. That wasn't my point, though. We just gave you a whole landmark of the season in a whole. But the NBA put out a pretty unwatchable product this year, if we're being honest with you.
That's true. I mean,
there's bad games on every single night.
There was that famous day of like 2 weeks ago or something where there was top 4 seeds in both conferences playing like bottom 4 seeds, and the games were over legitimately in the first quarter. Like, there was no point in watching the games after the first quarter. It was a 30-point game by half.
Yeah.
Like, and the bad part about it is like these bad teams played each other. There was just games that there was no point.
Like, the Nets were the bottom seed, but they won 3 of their last 6 games, so now
they're not even.
They tanked, and they might not even get a top 5 pick this year. So
we really got to see
Adam Silver has to do something.
I think the best way to do what baseball did. Just change it.
Yeah.
Like, the history and all that for NBA is important, but at the same time, the product is what's most important.
And he makes this league a highlight-based league, and guys like me and you are struggling from it because it's not enjoyable as it was to watch games every night.
The highlights are cool, and it's great to see crazy dunks and great hot streaks from 3, but the day in and day out game of basketball and wanting to watch a game and come home and be like, this is going to be a good game to watch. This is going to be a good game. There's days where you just come home, look at the slate, and you're like, well, I don't have to pay attention tonight. Like, there's just not even a game worth watching.
And it's kind of like our job to watch basketball, and we're just like, you know what? Like, not to complain, like, we enjoyed the NBA and this
Yeah.
season's been cool, and I'm
The
sure
playoffs
we're
is
both
gonna be
excited
great.
for playoffs. But let's get into this play-in tournament. I want to start off in the Eastern Conference with a little of the things that we don't know yet. So the Celtics are the 2 seed. They've shocked everybody. They shocked the world. They got the 2 seed. They had a 56-win season without
Yeah.
Tatum. Brown was an MVP. Everything about this team. Joe Mazzulla, 100% should win Coach of the Year.
There's no question.
Last
about
game
it.
of the season was hilarious because they played Orlando,
with everybody.
and Orlando could have been a top seed, and now they have to play in the play-in.
That's an indictment on
And
how
Shireman
bad-
had a 30-point game.
Yeah.
Luka Garza,
Went
Hugo
crazy.
Gonzalez, like Mosley should be fired, and the Magic made a huge offseason trade.
It
and-
got him worse.
Yeah,
They're
they
playing
lost
teams still.
3 less games than they did last year. And you know what's funny? You know what the 1-8 was last year?
It was Celtics and Magic. Yeah, it's gonna be 2-7 this year.
So I'm asking you this question: if you're the Celtics, who would you rather play? Would you rather play Orlando or would you rather play Philly? Because that's what it's looking like right now.
For me personally, like, you got to see Orlando.
Yeah.
Philly has the thing about Philly is their star Maxey, Paul George is back. Edgecombe can be a problem in one of the
Yeah.
games, and the question mark is Embiid, who I don't think could come back. But let's just say he comes back game 4,
Yeah.
and then the Celtics find themselves either tied 2-2 or down
3-1 or down.
Yeah, something like you don't even
yeah.
want to have to mess around with the first round. You guys could absolutely destroy gentlemen's sweep the Magic. The Magic season has gone down in flames, and I just think it would be a fitting ending.
Yeah.
2 years in a row, losing to the same team this year where the Celtics weren't even expected to do much. You were expected them, as the Magic to be a top 3 seed, to be going in and at home winning, and you're in the play-in, and you're going to struggle to make the 7 seed.
And we played them last year, and it was 4-1. Paolo was
Went off.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then everybody was. I struggle with this a lot because I even see the Magic on our schedule, and I think we swept them this year or maybe lost to them one time. The thought of the Magic is so much better than the actual product.
Looking
of
at the Magic and being like, oh, this might be this is going to be a team like, oh, we're
Yeah.
scared. Like the Lakers play the Magic or like whoever plays the Magic, and they're like, oh, the Magic are supposed to win
Yeah.
that game.
If I told you that we had to play Franz, Paolo, Suggs, Wendell
Black.
Carter, Anthony Black, like they have all their guys
Bane,
back. Bane,
yeah.
like it's a potentially kind of a scary matchup. But I think if I'm Boston, I'd rather play Orlando.
100%.
And then the loser. So then we have Hornets, Miami in the 9-10 game. Personally, I want Charlotte. Just
We all
because-
know what America's rooting for.
Yeah.
Nobody. I'm sorry, Miami, and I'm sorry to all you Heat fans, but nobody wants to see the Heat.
I'm tired of seeing the Heat in the play-in. They've had a lackluster season. As much as Charlotte has been a good story, they're still the 9 seed, so they have to win this game.
It's a
and then they
must-win.
win this game, and then they go on to play the loser of Orlando and the 76ers. So I ask you the same question for Detroit. If you're Detroit, out of those 3 teams, would you rather play Charlotte, Miami, Orlando, or Philadelphia?
I mean, if I'm Detroit, who do
Yeah.
I want?
Miami, right?
Miami, of
Yeah.
course. But what does the America and what does the NBA world want to see?
Charlotte.
Of course. And just like a quick thing on Charlotte and Miami, I think Miami would be a stealth Giannis team this coming up season. It's on the East Coast. They have players that they can trade. But for right now, like we are so tired of seeing Miami underachieve
It's
and just
just-
be a playing team and then get the 8 seed.
And listen, if Miami beats Charlotte and then they have to play Philly or Orlando and
They'll win.
and they beat them, I'm gonna just be like, bro, are you serious right now? We have to
Watch
watch,
the Heat-
them in the 8 seed
Well,
again.
they were the 8 seed last year and they got like just absolutely dunked on
Yeah.
by this Cleveland. Like, I'm sorry, Miami. Until you bring in somebody that's worth a damn, if you can bring in a Giannis, I'll be back bought in on Miami. But I've been off Miami and how boring they are
Yeah.
for the past 3-4 years. Like,
I
let's
really
just
want
see-
Charlotte to win, but I don't know. I mean, do you see Philly or Orlando losing 2 games in a row?
Orlando could. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell
So-
yeah. Orlando could easily lose 2 in a row.
So Boston is either playing no matter what, Philly or Orlando, but Miami has a potential, or Detroit has potential 3 or 4 outcomes that could
yeah,
happen. so-
yeah. But I think Detroit would. I mean, they'd still beat any 3 of those teams.
No,
pretty
for sure.
easily.
Like Detroit has got to this point where, at first, I was telling people like, you know, I think we need to back up a little bit on Detroit. They're a regular season team, but now they've got to the point where it's like they're underrated.
And
Like,
they're
they're like the nobody believes in us team kind of. Like,
And like the fact that Katie went out kind of made like Jenkins better and they got deeper. Like
Yeah.
they got guys Javante Green, Jalen Duren has shown that he's like, I'm second team All NBA
Yeah.
and I'm a force in the playoffs. I will be a force. I just think they're gonna show some people because nobody's talking about Detroit. They're talking about Boston and Cleveland, New York and Charlotte, but like Detroit has just kind of been able to squeeze by and like under the radar fly as a 1 seed.
Yeah.
65 games. Don't be surprised if they're in the Eastern Conference Finals just like, hey, let's go. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to win.
The 4-5 matchup is one I'm really excited to talk about in the East. It's Cleveland versus the Atlanta Hawks. And I just think that that's a really good series. I do.
Is it Cleveland or Atlanta?
No, yeah, it's Cleveland, Atlanta, 4-5.
I thought it was the Knicks, Atlanta, and Cleveland, Toronto.
It got traded. No. It's Knicks, Toronto. Oh, you are right because of the last game of the season.
Yeah, the last game of the season switched stuff up.
It did? Because I was looking forward to that, but now I might not be looking forward to it as much. You're right. It's Cavs Raptors.
Which
Knicks Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I was looking forward to
Me too.
I was looking forward to Cavs Hawks.
That's why I was like, I recognize it so well because
you looked at me crazy.
I wanted
right
to see
now.
Cavs Hawks
Yeah.
like that. I mean, the Hawks are.
I would like Cavs Hawks just because I think that's an upset alert. Like
hey.
So let's change our thoughts. Cavs Raptors.
Yeah,
this is a matchup that the Cavs would have rather had. I would rather see the Raptors than.
If I'm Cleveland, I'm licking my chops.
I'd rather see the Raptors than Atlanta, and we'll talk about Atlanta in a second. That threw me off, but the thing with Cleveland is they have a better offense.
Yeah.
And the Raptors.
Who's the Raptors' go-to guy?
The Raptors are under 500 in their last 60 games of the season. They started off really hot.
I think they were 3-16 against the top seeds in each conference.
They got swept by Boston. They got swept by New York. So I think that the Raptors potentially win 2 games here. I'm kind of booted on this series, but then it also my head goes a little bit in the other direction where I've seen Cleveland be
They've choked
playoff droppers. I've seen all of the guys on this team have duds.
Yeah.
Harden has had duds. Mobley has had duds.
Oh,
Mitchell has duds. Jared Allen has had duds. So
let me say one thing about Cleveland. Listen, this is one of the best chances, at least in the first round, to get out early and get rested because Donovan Mitchell, you've never made it past the second round. I would say this is one of your better chances to make it out the second round, depending on who you play. So you got to get through Toronto. Like, this shouldn't even be a question.
If Cleveland doesn't make the conference finals this year, I'm thinking of a potential blow up.
It's got to be, but
because this is the best path you have. You have Toronto and then you have Detroit.
Last year was pretty good too. But
I mean, you couldn't beat Indiana. So what makes me think that this team?
I don't think they're not
going to just walk through.
I mean, I do think they're gonna. They'll beat Toronto. I think it might be a gentleman's sweep, but I think Toronto could get 2 games. But the second round, you've got to show up. I'm sorry, Harden, you're gonna have to be a playoff performer. You're gonna have to change the narrative because I think Mitchell is gonna be good to go. I just do. He's always good in the playoffs. I think you'll be able to get around the depth that you have, and you'll be able to beat Toronto. And in the second round, it's gonna fall on Harden. Everyone's gonna be watching Mitchell. Mobley's gonna fall off. I'm sorry, Jared Allen's not a playoff former, so. Harden, it's going to be on you to show up and show out, especially in the first round, but getting in deeper into the playoffs, you got to turn up.
Toronto has a lot of guys on defense that they can throw at them.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the stuff that they've done defensively this year. I think Scotty Barnes could be a third-team All-NBA guy. Mm-hmm. RJ has been, underwhelming for the most part. Jamal Sneed has been really good. Ingram scores the ball level. Murray Biles is good as well. Yeah. But I don't think they have enough offensive firepower to beat this team, but part of me wants to say that this could go 6 or 7, potentially. I like the Cavs winning.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if I come back in here next week and tell you that the Cavs imploded.
And they're down.
I don't believe in this team.
Yeah,
they were a 1 seed last year. They
did nothing.
It's hard for me to put my faith into this
next series, though, Knicks and Atlanta. Upset alert for me.
Really?
I'm just going to say it.
Wow.
Let me just say this right off the bat. Atlanta has been hot this past month and a half going into the playoffs. They have a guy. I mean, I know CJ McCollum is not the best player in the world, but in terms of playoffs and in terms of experience,
he's more experienced than anybody on the Knicks as far as playoff games.
Brunson's pretty experienced, but I think he could go toe-to-toe with a Brunson in a playoff game.
Yeah.
And if you just get one CJ McCollum game, a Kuminga game where he has 25 off the bench. Jalen Johnson, I think, is going to take a next step. I hope. Yeah, I'm hoping.
I am too.
And I'm going to just say this. Kitty Cat being the second best, most important Nick after Brunson because the wings are going to do their thing. They're going to, guard, whatever. But if Cat can get off, the Knicks, I think, will win. But if there's games where Cat struggles, I don't think Brunson's going to be able to carry the load because the Hawks have so many defenders they can throw on Brunson to make him work. he's gonna get his points, but we're gonna need Cat to like. You're gonna have to have like 20 a game, Cat, like 20 and 10.
I think that the center matchup is really important. They have Oneka Okongwu that they could throw at him defensively, but there's no reason that Towns shouldn't average 25.
Yeah, he should.
And
he should.
we get weird narratives every year from Towns in the playoffs.
He's good.
34.
Right.
Didn't take a shot in the fourth quarter.
So
Didn't take a shot in the whole game. There's another guy that you didn't mention that I'm really high on, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Oh my God! Exactly.
This to me embodies the most improved player award because we thought he was a bench player. We didn't know what he was. The last month of the season, he's like close to putting up all-star numbers.
You definitely,
and their starting five is really intriguing to me. I love Jalen Johnson. He's an all-star.
Dyson Daniels,
he's on my All-NBA team, and I think that Dyson Daniels gets the Jalen Brunson assignment.
But that's the thing though. They can put Nah on him. Nah's a great defender. That's how he made his name in the league.
And now he's scoring the ball.
Dyson Daniels. If you want to throw Jalen Johnson on him, you can. You want to put a long wing on him, you can put Kuminga on him if you want. Whatever. Yeah, that's 4 wings right there that we didn't even think about it. We can put that on Brunson and just rotate him.
And they're very well coached. They have the Jazz old coach. I love him as a coach.
Snyder, yeah.
And we thought that this Atlanta team was going to be a joke once they traded Trae Young. And
They've gotten
way
better.
That was what they needed to do to be where they're at.
I
like this matchup for them. But we have to give the Knicks some credit. I mean, they're still the 3 seed. They still have a good starting 5. Their starting 5 honestly hasn't been great on paper. But the X factors for me in this is the Knicks bench. Alvarado, Landry Shamet, Mitchell Robinson, Jordan Clarkson, Tyler Kolek. Those guys have been so good for them all season. Mike Brown is not like Thibodeau.
He will play his bench.
He'll play the bench if they're not playing well. Can we see some Jeremy Sohan minutes in this
just
season?
A rough stuff up. Yeah.
So I think the Knicks win. I could see this going.
This is the series I think that will go 7.
If there is a series that could go 7,
this is it.
In the Eastern Conference, this is the series.
And my 7. Upset, if out of the first round in the East, the game or the matchup that I have circled in pen right now is this month. Yeah. I just think that Atlanta, there's something crazy about them. The Knicks have been great all year, but again, there's weird stuff that goes on with them. So I don't know. Just keep an eye on it.
Okay, let's go to the Western Conference. We have the Spurs with the 2 seed. We'll do the same format that we did before.
Okay.
If you're the Spurs, would you rather play the Suns or the Blazers?
Honestly, I really don't think it matters. I think they're going to be either one, but I think I'd rather play the Suns because they don't really have a big man. Mark Williams, Malawach, Oso, whatever his name is. I think I'd rather play them just because I think Klingon's a big body that can.
Do you think experience could be factored in for San Antonio?
Yeah,
because could you see a guy like Dylan Brooks and Devin Booker just getting hot? If I'm, I understand what your argument is because they have Klingon, they have bigs Robert Williams. They have bigs that can match up with Wemby.
Yeah, but they're not.
Those guys aren't going to stop Wemby.
No.
I think I'd rather play Portland just because of the lack of experience that they have.
Yeah,
I could see Phoenix. I could see Phoenix winning 1.
The thing is, another thing about Phoenix is Dylan Brooks will get in get in your ass. He'll be they're going to start some shit.
Yeah.
If they end up playing Phoenix because Phoenix knows, hey, they haven't been here before. We're gonna rough up Wemby. We're gonna hit him. We're gonna come around screens and right into his chest. That's where, I guess you're right. That's where.
If I'm as a viewer, I want to watch them play Phoenix
because also there was
Dylan Brooks is fun. He's just fun to watch. People hate him, but
he knows, he's gotten better.
It's gonna get chippy.
Yeah,
Phoenix could win 2 games.
They could, yeah.
And then we're talking about a series because the biggest thing for me is a lot of people have picked the Thunder to come out of the West. Me personally, I have been rocking with Denver all year. I think that there's something there, and I need whichever teams to play San Antonio to win at least 1 or 2 games because Wolves Nuggets is going to be a dogfight.
It's going to go deep, yeah.
And
that's the thing about last year is I remember we were talking about it last year. Denver went deep with the Clippers. They went 7. Then who would they go deep? Oh, they went deep with OKC. They went 7.
All their series went 7.
They
had to play the Clippers in the first round. And then
OKC in the second.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want teams even if you're not gonna win the series, mess around and win 2 games. Win a third game. Go 7. That way, the next round you're not just because OKC last year They got the Grizzlies in the first round. They destroyed. They were like just sitting around waiting for
and they were
Denver.
healthy. And if that didn't happen, then
maybe it's different in Game 7, right?
Because Jokic didn't really have his legs in Game 7.
Yeah,
so not that that's an excuse. Regardless, Spurs in 5 or 6.
Yeah,
like, this series is going to be quick. And then I guess if you're OKC, you're either playing Kawhi and the Clippers, Curry and the Warriors, or the Suns or the Blazers. So one of those teams could potentially be a matchup.
This is something that like people are gonna want to hear. Like no one's gonna believe this, but Curry, OKC, they've had very famous playoff fights, playoff matchups, regular season matchups. They got Durant from OKC. OKC and Warriors have just been kind of connected for the past like at least 10 years. Who better than to go into OKC and F around and win 3-4 games is Mr. Steph Curry. I don't think it's going to happen, but if I'm OKC, that's the least person that I want to see. I do not want to see playoff Curry is just different. I'm sorry.
If the Warriors beat the Clippers, then they have to play again.
The Warriors are not going to like the Warriors.
I don't know if they even make the playoffs because they have to win 2 games.
Yeah.
I think that they win 1 game versus OKC, maybe, but it's still fun. It will be fun.
Steph
Curry,
like Curry
on
in
the playoff stage,
and like Curry's no matter what, Curry's gonna win you a game. He just is going to. He's gonna
have a 40-point game,
right? And I but in all reality, like OKC.
Then we get to see Pajemski play playoff basketball.
And Al Horford. Yeah. But the Warrior and Guy Santos.
Yeah.
Who we have stock in.
Yeah, I have stock in Guy Santos.
But I think...
Sure. It doesn't matter. Whoever
it
OKC and whoever San Antonio play...
They're going to beat him in 5.
It's going to be a gentleman sweep. It's going to be a quick series. I want to talk potential 4-5, the 4-5, Lakers-Rockets. Rockets are pretty heavily favored in this one, even though the Lakers have home court. It makes sense.
It does.
Luka is
he's not coming back.
Not coming back.
Reeves ain't coming back.
Reeves is probably not coming back either. And just to touch on that a little bit, I feel like the thing with this Lakers team is they got the matchup that they wanted. They just got no luck.
They got screwed.
Luka's probably not going to play. I mean, he could come back game 4 or 5, but he's dealing with a hamstring. I think it's more serious than we think.
Everyone's like just leading it on like he's going to the Spain to get all these shots, blah blah blah. If it's a real hamstring problem, he's not going to be able to cut, move. Like Luka's game is all about like crossovers and like herky jerky movements. Like with a messed up hamstring, he's going to be very like hampered. Like it's not going to just be like Luka 35 and triple doubles. Like I don't.
So Houston, I think this is the thing. Houston, KD, LeBron, that's the big storyline behind it, which will be interesting. I don't think the Lakers are going to walk over because JJ Redick has them playing hard. Even if the Lakers were to advance to the next round and play OKC, OKC has blown them out by 40 every time that they've played.
Yeah.
I know Luka has good stories against OKC when he was in Dallas, but
the Lakers team is not deep enough.
The Thunder have the easiest path to the conference finals potentially because they play the 8th seed and then they play Houston. And as much as people
Houston could give them problems.
I don't know, man. Houston's just one of those teams like Orlando. They're better on paper.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is with me, like ever since that damn KD files, Houston's just I'm out on them. I am because
there's nights where they look awesome on offense, and you're like, wow, this is what we thought KD was going to bring us. They played the Knicks after the All-Star break. But it just doesn't work. They don't have a point guard.
They don't have a point guard. That's the problem.
I think next year this team could potentially be better when they get Fred back.
Yeah, they will.
But
this year,
Adoko's on the hot seat.
Yeah,
because he can't.
Who's gonna
figure out how to get good shots or generate offense with this team?
Let's say they do play OKC. Who's gonna dribble the ball up with OKC's pit bulls?
Yeah,
picking up 94 feet.
No,
it ain't gonna be Reed Shepard. I mean, it shouldn't be Reed Shepard.
He's the third overall pick. The Reed Shepard thing too, but he's been better this year. Don't get me wrong, but it's just Houston is a team that it's really hard for me to convince myself that they can go far this year.
The one thing I will say about the Lakers, LeBron has showed in these games without the other two guys, he can still put up 30. Yeah. He's going to try hard. That's the one thing you can agree about LeBron. He's going to try hard. He's going to get the role players involved, and they're all going to take a mini step up, I believe.
If the Lakers somehow beat Houston in the first round and Luka and AR don't play and it's just LeBron, that's going to strengthen his GOAT case.
Yeah, anything he does at this point, it's going to strengthen
because
him.
Because the potential starting lineup is him, if Smart comes back, Laravia, Rui, and Aiden.
Aiden's going to get his lunch date.
And now Bronny's up into the rotation.
Yeah,
it's
and
just,
who else? That like seriously, who else?
It's horrible.
Their team
Kennard, Luke Kennard.
Dude, that's worse than the 20.
Thinner and thinner.
That's worse than the 2018
Nick Smith
Cavs.
Jr. is now having to play.
The fact Bronny James is your backup point guard off the bench. Bronny James, he shouldn't. He should be in the G League right now.
I'm a Celtics fan, but I do feel sorry because I kind of enjoyed this Lakers team when they were firing on all cylinders, and I feel like they would have beat Houston in 6.
They would have, yeah.
If
the problem is with the Lakers, and we've been saying this, their bench has just been awful.
Yeah.
They have not had a bench in I don't know how long, since the bubble.
Yeah.
Like their bench, they've just traded all their bench and all their good pieces for Westbrook. For you got to do it for Luka, of course,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like they haven't. Who's their best player off the bench in the past 5 years?
And LaRavia is not a starter on a championship team.
He ain't.
I'm sorry. It's just
Max
it's,
Christie has been their best like bench player,
and they traded
his
Yeah.
ass. Like they haven't had a good guy off the
They're
bench.
too
in a
quick
while.
to win now to build a system. They need to build around Luka like Dallas did.
They did well. But they're
super
gonna,
teams don't work anymore either. They're gonna have to make a decision. Do they pay
Reeves,
AR?
yeah.
He's up for $240 million.
And let's say it, this year he's been injured a lot more than usual.
Yeah.
He's missed a lot of games.
Are you
this
gonna
year.
give a guy like that? I mean, if he's plays 65, he's probably in the third All NBA
Mm-hmm.
team this year. So it's like it makes sense. Contracts are getting more expensive. Another
Damn.
funny thing that I just thought about right now is we're gonna get Aiden versus Clint Capella.
Oh my God,
So-
Aiden, you better prove if you want to
Yeah.
talk that talk earlier in the year. You better go crazy this series. 'Cause
This
you're gonna be
potentially
asked.
could be a disaster for
For the Lakers.
Aiden, just as
Yeah.
career wise. Like if he plays bad in this Houston
He's getting
series,
benched.
who doesn't really have a center, Adams is out.
Yeah.
So they
Sengun, Sengun's gonna twerk that little dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You better be ready because
Sengun,
Sengun.
if Sengun averages 30, Sengun could average 30, 10, and 10.
He could. I guess.
if he really wanted to.
And Aiden's in like his career might be over
Yeah.
because this is like his make or break year, and he's been getting benched. Like this is the
Yeah.
playoffs, buddy. You're gonna be like honestly the third best guy on this team with no Luka and no AR. Like it's LeBron, it's Ruby, and then it's you. You were the first overall
Yeah.
pick, and you're getting benched, and we're having to question: are you gonna show up in the playoffs?
I don't think another team will take a gamble on signing him after this. If he has another bad playoff year, I don't know what the Lakers do from here, but I don't see any team that would want a guy like
He
that.
could make himself some
Maybe
money.
a backup center.
He could make himself some money by hooping. If he goes crazy,
Yeah, we're just talking hypothetical.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
Aiden averages 15 and 10, which shouldn't
Man,
be that hard.
It should be 8. It should be like 20 and 10.
I'm
but
just
if you
saying,
give us 15
even
and
if
10,
he averages 15
yeah.
and 10,
I mean,
we'll have a
they'd be
different
like, happy for that. They'd
conversation.
be
Yeah.
happy with that. Like,
Yeah.
like that's sad. It's sad.
It is sad. Last matchup that we have in the first round is a really exciting one. It went 7 last year. It's gone 7 a couple of times.
Let's do it.
Nuggets, Wolves.
This is going to be the greatest series in the first round.
You think so?
It is.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets have a great history.
Yeah.
This has been one of the playoff series that you got to watch every year, whether it's been in the second round. Was it the conference finals one
Yeah.
year? Like this is one of the greatest series of the first round. Ant and Jokic, for some reason, Ant just loves going off against Jokic. I don't know what it is.
I worry a little bit about how the Timberwolves are playing coming into this.
Yeah.
Ant's been hurt.
Yeah.
They've been banged up. They haven't looked great the last
They
couple of
haven't.
weeks of the season.
But playoff Ant
But playoff Ant is
he's
different.
And
I think he's hurt more than we think he
yeah,
is.
he is.
I still think that it's just, if the Wolves win this series, it would suck because they were going to lose in the next
Yeah,
round.
they are.
If the Nuggets win this series, they can beat the Spurs.
They can, yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm pulling for the Nuggets in this series
yeah,
for sure,
and
just
I would
because
say-
it's a gauntlet.
Mhm.
The Nuggets in my opinion, you win. You don't want to disrespect the basketball odds by losing, because if they
Yeah.
would have lost, they would have played Houston,
Yeah.
and then they would have been playing OKC in the second round. But I almost rather would have done that
Then having to play the Spurs.
than have to play Minnesota and San Antonio.
I mean, I think
it's pick your poison, really.
if
but
they get through Minnesota, I think honestly, like I really do believe this. I think they're gonna beat the Spurs.
Yeah.
They have way more experience,
Yeah.
and they already have proven they can go into San Antonio and win.
Yeah.
And they beat him in a thriller a
Yeah.
few weeks ago, and Wemby had to go deep in minutes, and he kind of like fell off towards the overtime.
That's another interesting thing that I didn't think about. We're gonna have to see Wemby playing 35 minutes a night.
You got to go and you got to.
If it's a
When's the
double
last time he's done
overtime
that?
game in Game 7,
You got to do like
he's
we got
got
to
to
be
play
there.
45
Yeah.
minutes, and
We haven't seen him do that all year.
I mean we've seen it in the in season tournament, but I just don't know if that's something that can be. But the Spurs are so damn good in the first round. If they get a bad opponent, I mean, when they
won't
sweep
blitz.
them, it's like Wemby's playing his regular minutes, and
True.
he's so impactful that I don't know. That's all
another story. That's another story.
Yeah, that's all speculation.
For this series though, I do think Denver will win because I just haven't seen Minnesota in the past. Like they go into the playoffs hot. They've gone to the conference finals twice in a row, which is pretty impressive. But they kind of messed around towards the end of the year and was like losing games. And Ant was hurt, Randall was hurt, McDaniels was hurt. Everybody was like kind of being benched.
Yeah.
So they're not going in hot, and they're going in to play a team that has Denver's trying to win the playoff.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing this year.
Yeah, Denver's trying to win.
So you're not getting like a Lakers team where they got in the first round last year, who they were way better than. Like you're going in to play a team that has championship aspirations, has championship pedigree. Jokic is the MVP. Jamal Murray's on an All NBA team. Aaron Gordon's healthy.
Is the Swiss Army knife.
Cam Johnson's finally starting to play like good basketball and hit shots, and this is the deepest bench they've had
for sure.
So Minnesota, are you ready to go? Because I think Denver's going to come in game one and try to like embarrass you almost.
It's really going to depend on how Ant looks though.
Yeah.
You know, Ant. I mean, he can win you playoff rounds. He can win you. He's made conference finals 2 years in a row.
Are we healthy? And is like Minnesota ready to like actually go? Because Denver's going to be ready from game one. And they're gonna be trying to sweep you. Like they want to get to the next round
as quick as possible.
So like,
and they didn't run from the smoke either.
Exactly,
which I like. I want to switch back to the Eastern Conference second round matchups. We have Detroit and Cleveland. I think that Detroit wins this series. I think there's been too many people sleeping on this Pistons team throughout the year. I think they're built to. But Cleveland does match up really well. They have bigs that they can throw at them. The Mitchell and Mobley can both match with Duran's physicality and size. Hopefully.
Yeah.
On paper they can.
On paper,
yeah.
I don't know.
This is the year that the Cavs could potentially make it to the conference finals, but I think Detroit does it this year. I do. I do too. I think Detroit does it this year.
I do too. I don't think
their path isn't too difficult.
Yeah, Cleveland is not the Cleveland of old. Like even last year, they were scary.
Yeah. So what do you think? 6 or 7?
6.
Detroit.
I think Detroit with Cade like kind of ramping back up into it. The bench, everything. I think 6.
Okay, and then we have Boston Knicks again.
If the Knicks end up winning, I think Boston takes them out with Jaylen Brown. How?
Oh, I forgot you like Atlanta on the upset.
Even if it's either one, like Boston's going to win. Boston is a sleeping giant this year.
Yeah.
After being hurt and everyone counting them out, Brown's back. Tatum's gonna be good. You guys got a bench. Like I think they're gonna take care of the Knicks. I think they're gonna get revenge from last year. They're gonna remember being up 22 games in a row and choking both. If they get up 20, which the Knicks like to go down 18-20 and then try to bring it back, I don't think Boston lets them back in.
I hope that the Celtics can close out games because they weren't able to last year. I know you remember the first 2 games that they had. They just couldn't close them out. Up 20. It happened 3 times. Pritchard finally had a good game versus New York in the regular season, which he struggled against them for whatever reason. We got guys off the bench. I mean, Hugo's been great. Shireman is one of those guys that could get hot from 3 in a playoff series. Kata has shown that he can play good minutes on a team. I really liked what I've seen from Ron Hyper. Derek White looked a little sluggish towards the end, but I think
playoffs. He's going to show up.
I need him to get fully healthy by then. Tatum and Brown. I mean, Tatum is a medical miracle.
Yeah,
whatever.
He's rebounding better.
Yeah,
he's playing. He's
all the surgeons who did his Achilles tear, like if it was 10, 20 people on the team,
they should get courtside.
They need to get courtside, and not just that, they need to go be professors and teach NBA players how to recover from Achilles tear because it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in my
he's
life.
back in less than a year.
He looks just as good as he did when he left. If anything, he looks better. He is rebounding at a better rate. He's a better decision maker. He's not shooting as many sidestep threes. He's getting to his spots. He looks athletic. I saw him dunking. I mean, it's ridiculous.
He's had 15 to 18 rebound games. He was getting 9 to 10. He's down there doing the dirty work. He can play like kind of a stretch center. So I think that they're going to take care of the Knicks.
Lineup they do with him in the 5. And the thing is, for me, is if Jason Tatum takes another step, it's scary because Jaylen Brown took another step this year. Jaylen Brown is in an MVP conversation. Now you go next year. We have Jaylen Brown, who just made a first-team All-NBA. Guess what? Before Tatum's injury, he made 4 first-team All-NBAs in a row.
So that's 2
first-team guys on the same team. It's scary. It's really scary. So then we'd have Celtics Detroit, and that'd be a bloodbath for sure.
I'm gonna just I hate to say it, and you know how much I don't want to give the Celtics credit. If they played against Detroit, I do think, as much as I love Detroit and how they're underrated and nobody believes in us,
Yeah.
I think the championship, like prior championship knowledge, the two wings that are going to be able to be on Cade,
Yeah.
plus Derek White, plus like everyone you can, or not to be on Cade Cunningham, Derek White, everyone to be on Cade Cunningham, plus the fact that, the third most reliable option on the Pistons is Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
I think that the Celtics, I think they may be getting to the finals this year.
Yeah.
In the East.
The path is set
tough.
for them. The path
it's tough
is
to
set.
say just because how lucky you guys were that you got
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown just turning into an MVP candidate while Tatum held it down, got ready. But, I mean, I do think the Pistons it'll be
Yeah.
a great series, and I think the Pistons
It's
can
not
win
an
it.
easy path by any means. I
Nah.
mean, you got to beat the Knicks and you got to beat Detroit, but this is what Boston fans have wanted for a long time because when we won our ring, a lot of people were saying it was a baby ring because we beat weak teams. We beat the Pacers in 5. We beat the Bucks.
Yeah,
like
but
we
didn't
didn't
you
really
beat
have. We beat Miami. Then we
Yeah.
beat the Mavericks in the finals.
Yeah.
So this is gonna show a lot of people like what Boston is really made of.
Yeah.
Over to the West in the second round, we'd have the Spurs versus potentially the Nuggets or the Wolves. So that would be the second round
I
matchup.
think it'll be the Nuggets. And
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I think that the Nuggets are on a path this year. I think they're ready to go. I think, well, I'll save it, but I think the Nuggets are going to win that series. As much as I love Wemby, Jokic is so crafty. He's so good offensively. He kind of neutralizes Wemby's defense.
He just does stuff that like you never see people do against Wemby. You know,
And I know that San Antonio is deep. They got guys.
Yeah.
But most of the guys that they got have never been this level of competition and fight. And, like, Denver is not here to mess around. And like I said earlier, Denver has never been this deep. Like, they have so many bench guys off the bench
Yeah.
now. Peyton Watson. Like, they can bring in a Zeke Naji. They can bring in a Julian Strother. Like, he'll have
Strother's
a game.
been great.
Everyone will have a game.
Peyton Watson too.
Yeah.
The thing is, Spurs remind me of Detroit, and when a lot of people are saying it's just a year too early, but we could be wrong.
I mean,
San
they
Antonio
mess
could
around.
win this
Yeah,
series.
oh, yeah, definitely. Like,
Like,
I'm not.
it's gonna go 7.
I'm not confident to say like,
No.
oh, Denver's gonna walk over. I'm like, I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
the distance.
We have
but
Godzilla versus the Mantra.
Yeah, like, I just think-
Wemby versus
but like at the end of the day, in a game 7, a must-win game,
yeah.
there's not a guy that I would take over Jokic, and I think that in the end of the day, I think Jokic will find a way
Yeah.
to win this series because he knows, hey, this is a legacy year for me. If I'm not gonna get the MVP, damn, I'm gonna go get the ring.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I like
And,
so. I
and
think
if he
Jokic
does
is-
win a ring, it's
it's scary.
if he wins a ring playing Minnesota, San Antonio, and OKC
Potentially,
potentially, and he wins all those and then wins a ring,
Mm-hmm.
it's
one of the greatest playoff runs ever.
not just that. Like I'm starting to get in that territory where I think he's better than Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
he like maybe not, but like he's up there with those
No,
guys.
yeah,
I mean, he
you're
has
right.
3 MVPs, 2
And 2
final
rings,
MVPs,
2
two final MVPs now.
But he
If-
still has
if,
chances.
yeah.
He still has chances.
But it's just that it gets him into. I think he's already in top 20 category, top 15.
Top 15.
It gets him into
He's
top 10 category.
Nah, top
We're
10.
gonna
Like,
start
he's
having-
right there
yeah.
with some guys.
We're
Like,
gonna start having.
hey, are you better than
conversations.
Will? I don't
Yeah,
know.
or
But,
Bill
but
Russell.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We gotta see how this plays out. But Jokic is this is like we said, this is a huge chance for him.
The next and the final matchup of the second round is OKC versus Houston or Lakers,
Oh
and
my god. Oh my god.
OKC has a
OKC's
good
been
path. That's what scares me a little bit about them because I think they sweep the first round.
They could sweep the
and they
second
could
round.
Sweep the
They
second
could
round too.
around and
Yeah,
sweep
yeah.
this. Like if they had to play Houston,
Yeah.
if they got to play Houston, oh my god, they make Durant would be a toothpick against
Yeah.
OKC's defense. I'm sorry,
You don't think there's any chance they win 2 games?
Houston. They can win 2 games, but
Yeah.
they're not
I
winning
don't
the
think
series.
it goes 7. Yeah,
And
I think Houston makes it hard for them, like defensively.
Defensively,
but, like,
yeah, but I just think they have.
OKC is
they're-
just-
OKC, talk about
Yeah.
like bench. They could play their bench against
Yeah.
Houston for 2 games and it'd be competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think OKC.
it's gonna be fun to watch OKC in the playoffs this year because there's gonna be games that they win by 40,
Yeah,
50.
I don't know if that's
Like,
fun or not.
No, not
it's
fun,
gonna
but
be,
it's just like
tough to watch.
you have to be like, oh my god, they're so
Yeah, it's
dominant, you know?
impressive,
It's like,
but
they
dude,
built
they-
this team. Like you got to give them some credit.
You gotta give them a lot of credit. Like
Yeah.
they have built this team like step by step, picks, free agency drafts. Like it's been really impressive to see, but it's gonna be hard when you get into a game knowing like you have no chance of beating.
So we
this
both agree Detroit, Boston in the East, and
OKC.
Denver, or OKC, San Antonio. One of those two.
Yeah,
I'm going Denver.
I'm going Denver too.
And I'm going Denver to make it to the finals. I don't know if you're going OKC.
I'm not.
You're going.
I'm
OKC?
going Denver to make. No, I'm going Denver to make to the finals.
Yeah, I'm going Denver to make it to the finals. I've been on that all year. I'm
Yeah,
sticking to my
same.
word. We've been on that all year.
Denver is. I mean, this is the deepest team they've
Yeah.
had. Like I keep going back to that, but the fact that they are so deep that they can give Jokic a breather.
Yeah.
When before, like Jokic pretty much had to play the whole game. I think going like in fourth quarter clutch moments, he'll have like a little bit of extra energy. Where last year he didn't really have that against OKC later in the game. I love what Denver has going on.
The one thing you could argue is they have to play the Wolves and the Spurs. So by the time they get to OKC, they're like, gonna be gassed.
They were gassed last year, and they went to OKC and they took them 7.
And they went to 7, but yeah, Jokic. The path that Jokic has to get there is like.
And
the craziest thing.
The thing
ever,
I'll say about OKC is just like, there's not cracks in the armor. Like I'm not gonna say that, but
they're not as dominant as they were last year.
And I think they're gettable this year. Just like the Spurs already kind of have their number, which is weird. But I think Denver, like they've always played good against OKC. Like they're not gonna be outmatched. They're not gonna be out physical.
Yeah,
they're gritty. They're tough, and and they have like Jamal Murray. This is his best year to date. Aaron Gordon is a playoff guy. He just is. He's great in the playoffs. If Cam Johnson's hitting threes and they just get a little bit out from their bench, because they didn't really get much last year. So if they just get one guy having a game every single game that they win, I think they're going to be OKC.
And then we have Nuggets Celtics or OKC Celtics. We'll save that for when the time comes. But I mean, I hope that this playoffs lives up to the hype that is surrounding it. I think that we'll kind of get a taste. Not the whole load. In the next couple of days. Shout out Paul Pierce. I think we'll get a taste in the next couple of days. How the play-in looks.
Yeah. But,
I'm excited though. Like I think that the first round matchups that I have circled for sure are, like you said, Knicks Hawks.
I like that one.
I mean, circled, but like half circled is Cleveland Raptors.
The number I said
Detroit, Charlotte. If it happens,
yeah, hell yeah. But number one biggest circle, Denver, Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure.
That's such a good series.
Yeah.
That could be a conference finals in some years. That like this.
It sucks that we're getting that in the first round. It really does.
Yeah.
It sucked last year when we got Nuggets Clippers in the first round because that Clippers team shouldn't have been a first round exit.
Yeah, but Minnesota, this is what they deserve.
Yeah,
like being the 6th seed this year with what you have. Like you got Ant. I know he was hurt and everything, but
Denver got dealt a bad hand.
Yeah,
as good as they've been this season.
But that makes me think even better about them because Denver is not a team that's like scared.
Yeah,
they run.
They could have lost
and played.
Jokic played 20 minutes. He could have benched everyone. They went to win that game.
They weren't. Yeah, they didn't.
They could have played Houston, and they chose to play Minnesota.
So they're just showing the league like
they didn't manipulate the basketball.
Exactly.
Gods, is what I
and
always
they're gonna get paid back for that.
Yeah.
Like in good way. Like I just think that
the series has a potential 7, but I could see myself saying Nuggets in 6.
I think it's kind of obvious who I think could win the championship. Yeah. But with that being said, I think like Denver, this is a huge year for them, and they have answered. They should have been won more games. They won 52. They choked some games away late, like early in the season.
Lost to Memphis. Lost to teams they shouldn't have lost to.
Jokic, if he doesn't win that MVP, especially like just the thought of his mind, like I got to go.
I just hope that comes out. Before
at least
San
before
Antonio
the second
series,
round. Yeah,
because last year they waited till after OKC Denver, and then they announced that Shea was the MVP after he won the series.
Well, it probably will be the same. But they're gonna know. Like I feel like the players will.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I think this is gonna be a tight MVP race. Like I think a lot of people are saying it's gonna be SGA. But I think the vote. No, I think there's some people like secretly voting for Jokic that we don't know about.
Plus, like I mean, you're not going to be wrong. It's not like ridiculous where like the Embiid one where everyone voted Embiid just to spot. Like this one is more like
if SGA wins, it's like okay. Yeah.
But if Jokic wins, like who's going to be mad about that? Jokic has a great season. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Thunder fans.
But overall, I'm just extremely excited. Playoff basketball. I mean, we're getting a good product, hopefully.
I just my one prayer is not too many blowouts.
Yeah.
Every series, if there's one blowout, fine. But I don't want to see.
Last year there was a lot of blowouts
in the first round,
and my other prayer is that just everyone stays healthy.
Yeah, no injuries.
We don't want to have to see. This has happened so many times in the playoffs where teams get hurt. Like even when Boston won the championship, we played Miami with no Butler. Like, I just hope that the star players are playing. Mm-hmm. I hope we get a full, 14 games of Wemby or however many games. Yeah. A full 7 series games of Wemby.
Wemby's a little bit.
I want to be able to watch him in a playoff atmosphere.
Oh, 100%. That's a huge. Like, everyone wants to see that. I want to see Ant stay healthy. He's a great playoff guy.
Nuggets, Wolves, must watch. Yeah. Knicks, Hawks, must watch.
LeBron, Spurs. Please stay healthy. LeBron's a great playoff guy. Like, I want to see Tatum stay healthy. Tatum's always been good in the playoffs. Yeah. Cade, Brunson. Like, I want to see all these guys.
I don't think I'll miss a playoff game this year.
You can't. Yeah.
Like, even the 1/8. Maybe I'll miss a Thunder game. Like, if it's 3-0 or something. But, shout out to our sponsor, Rise Above Apparel. We appreciate you guys.
Arena
Club. Shout out to you guys. Men's mental health is not talked about enough in today's society. Thank you guys for listening. As always, is the Players Instinct podcast. Thank you to my co-host Eli for always bringing the good ideas. We just pray that this playoffs is as good as we really hope it is. As always, if you're watching on Spotify, please give us a 5-star review. We have a couple 5-star reviews right now, but it just goes a long way if you could do that.
Like on YouTube.
Yep, like on YouTube.
Subscribe if you can on YouTube. Find the TikTok.
Yes.
Instagram, all that kind of stuff.
And we're trying to get 10K followers on the Instagram, so make sure you guys go check that out as well. And as always, I don't remember what I said last time, but we will see you next week for episode 5.
Let's go.